Hello everybody, hope you're well. We've just received the Signal update and the Signal pack for Space Engineers. The new update is finally here. It's been a good minute since we've had an update. I wanted to make a video quickly covering some of the changes in the update. We've also received an updated Red Ship start scenario. I'm going to do a separate video where I have a little walk around and check out that new scenario. But for now, I wanted to quickly go over a few of the changes. There's some really pretty decent stuff in here, especially gameplay wise, and then have a look at the new blocks as well. So I'll try and make this video as quick as possible. So we've had a scenario selection menu overhaul for the Steam version and Xbox. So it's overall a much nicer screen. You can flick through, see big pictures of what you're going to be selecting. It's just a little bit of a different process going to find the mods and things like that. As mentioned, we've got the new Red Ship starting scenario, which is also featured as a quick start button on the menu. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's not really necessary unless, I don't know, you want to boot up the game and just build something straight away. I feel like it adds another button to the menu which didn't necessarily need to be there. But, you know, you can take it or leave it. It's not doing any harm there, so, you know, it is what it is. You've got death and respawn improvements, so a reason for your death. You've also got a cryopod death message. You've got a reload bar for static weapons on ships, so things like fixed artillery guns and railguns, which is super useful. NPC grid claiming. This is incredibly useful. I always use the NPC takeovers mod, so this is something that's going to help you a lot if you're someone who enjoys exploring, trying out or trying to find encounters within the game, and you want to use those ships. Because before this you had to go around, if you were playing vanilla, and rebuild every single system block on the ship. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. We've got a few changes to the reputation system. It says it's a rebalance. I'm not too sure what the implications of that are just yet. We've got improvements to cargo ship flight paths and improving performance of NPC grids. So hopefully they're causing less lag when they're spawning in, and maybe they're not flying so close, not too sure. You've got a warning now when you're grinding components which will be reduced to scrap. So as I mentioned in my survival series, power cells will not be returned to you when you grind them down from a battery. We've got cargo container destruction improvements, so this basically means when you destroy a cargo container on a ship, it will turn into a temporary container with all the loot inside, which is another useful feature for encounters. Or if you just happen to crash your mining ship. We've also got non-unique items being able to be stacked in the inventory, so things like grinders and bowls, which is just a nice quality of life update. A few adjustments to tree collisions. Lightning damage is disabled by default, so this is something that was a pretty severe hurdle for a lot of new players and something that was quite frustrating really. And then we've also got some improvements to the F1 help screen. Then, in addition to all of the changes and the update log, we've also got the Signal pack, which costs £4.30. I don't know what that is in dollars. I'm assuming it's about $5 or €5. And we've got a load of really cool blocks here, so I'll just quickly run through them and then give my thoughts. So we've got some inset wall panels here with the railings. Got a light, a little bit of a control center here. So these are dead good for like corridors and things like that. We've got the corner, and then the other side of the corner as well, and the diagonal one. These are, yeah, super useful for interiors, nicely detailed blocks, so quite happy with those. Then we've got the console blocks. There's a console DLC pack which has been quite popular. It seems like a lot of what they're doing is DLC from, you know, a lot of mods that were around previously or heavily used, consoles being one of them. So we've got a few different variations of consoles here with different levels of functionality. You've got seats, panels, certain ones you've got buttons. Back here we've got 3 different buttons as well as a panel here. We've got some new window blocks as well, which looks super cool, and are actually used on the little control section over here. You can see them in a bit better action. You can see the one I removed there to get out. And then we've also got corridor blocks, which are cool. I like these. I do like the corridor blocks. I'm not too sure what the vanilla alternative would be to these. I feel like we are starting to get a bit of a gap between vanilla and DLC blocks, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I think everyone can see that now, so we might as well just continue down that path, but it does need to be said. So we've got lots of useful features like inset lights, got a corner one, T-junction, which is obviously great, and then we've got the open one for all sides. Window features, got 2 windows, much like the passage blocks which were added in previous updates. Top window, and we've also got these half corridors where we can have like storage inside them. You can have just a blank one, or we've even got doors, which is super cool. I like that. You've got to make sure make sure you lay off the clank cola though if you want to squeeze through these doors. You've also got the half block door as well. And we've got these truss blocks, which I was literally building a ship the other day where I could have used something like this. So very, very happy to see these centered blocks, a bit like interior pillars. But you've got a few different options here. You've got the T-junction, the cross, you've got an arch, the straight one. We've got the offset truss block, so it's not in the center. We've got the truss with the light, and then we've got like the array here, which also counts as a decoy, I believe. We've also got some blocks which weren't in the signal pack. So we've had more options added to the scaffolding block. So they do this every now and then, where they add some features to previous DLCs, which is always nice to see. So that's one of the new things. We've also got the much talked about action relay blocks. So these can basically send messages between grids, and you can transmit for different purposes, a bit like sort of controlling hangar doors, switching connector locks, toggling turrets on. So if I give you a real quick example here, if we put an action relay on this grid here, which is a static grid, and we set it to channel 1 for now, but you've got 100 channels in total. Accept signals just from the faction or just the owner, so you can have it as your own. And then if we put this hangar door as open closed, and if I stick an action relay on the large grid here, same channel, send signal, you'll see that the hangar door will start opening. And then if I send the signal again, you'll see that the hangar door will start closing. So this is a really useful feature. I mean, this is a super basic method of using this, but you could also use this to trigger drones to deploy. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different possibilities with this action relay block, so that's really cool to see. We've also got the broadcast controller, which can send chat messages. So I've just put hello in here, send a random message. As you can see, it says hello in chat. But this can obviously be used in conjunction with the relay, so you could trigger a ship to send a little message when it's doing a certain action, or you can actually send a GPS marker as well. So there's a lot of different possibilities with this block too. And then we've also got the new compact antenna block as well, which looks a lot more sci-fi than the old one. And that's the signal pack and the signal update. I'll leave the link to the blog post in the comment section down below. Just wanted to do a super quick video covering it. As mentioned, we'll also have a little look around this scenario. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe to support the channel. And as always, take care, everybody.